guys. Thank you for tuning in to the Furlough Podcast. I'm here with Cindy Lou. And we're going to kind of do a spin-off of Prison and Mom. I've talked with Cindy some, and we realized we have a lot of things in common, and we've got some good stories to share with you. Before we get too deep into it, I don't know what Cindy's got for us, but I know my list is pretty dark. So I wanted to start off on a higher note. I wanted to give a good story. This is...
Like sappy?
No, it's a good story.
Okay.
This is a really good story.
Okay.
What's sad is I've got really hard for the last 2 days to come up with a second good story. Because I wanted a good story about my dad, my biological dad, and a good story about my biological mother.
It couldn't reach it.
I got one. I got one really good story.
Better than none.
So, when I was real little, probably 5, 6, I lived with my biological father and his girlfriend, who eventually became his wife and the mother of my 2 sisters. But this was long before they came around. So, we lived in a trailer park, a little single-wide trailer, 2-bedroom. Their bedroom's on one end of the house, mine was on the other end of the house. I had nothing in that room. I had a twin-size mattress on the floor.
Oh.
No box springs, no bed frame, just a mattress on the floor, and just a little toy box over in the corner. I had the best Christmas ever that year.
Oh.
It was magical.
You got box springs?
Better.
Shut your mouth.
I had the kind of Christmas that happens in movies.
Really?
Really. They probably drugged me before I went to bed that night. Because I don't know how I slept through it. But Christmas Eve, I go to bed on my little mattress in the corner on the floor. And I wake up Christmas morning. And I'm in a full-size canopy bed. Box springs and all. I've got matching sheets, a matching comforter. I've got, this huge canopy bed with a matching dresser, chest of drawers, the mirror.
You slept through that?
Yeah. I told you they probably drugged me. But it was great. That was just the start of my Christmas. Then I go out to the living room, and I don't remember any of the other shit I got except for there was this huge, you know how people have like the 55-gallon fish tank aquariums, and it's set up on the nice little cabinet and all that?
Yeah.
It was one of those that had been converted. All the glass had been taken out, and it had plexiglass and then mesh wiring on the sides. It was a high-end hamster cage.
Stop.
Yes. It even had, in the center of it, it had this little hamster house, and he had this little staircase with the little spindles on the stairs and his little hut at the top. It was high-end. Damn. It was magical Christmas. I did, somewhere down the years, of course, I found out that it was my biological dad's stepdad that did all of the work on the little hamster cage. But and the hamster, his name was Chimney. Because Santa Claus brought him down the chimney of my single-wide trailer. That's my fucking logic. I don't know. I was 5.
And even I had to think about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, we did have and I still, to this day, I don't know what it is. We had this little thing in the wall, this little round hole, and it had a little plate on it, a little metal plate, and it had prongs on the other side to hold it in. I don't know what it was for. I think it was like, and this was not in the trailer, but this was in our next house. But I think it was for like one of those old stoves, is it cast iron stove?
Like a wood burning stove?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yes. I think it was one of those little holes, but it had the plate over it and everything. So I remember for Christmas, they would, knock it off and set it in the floor, and that's how Santa came through. That was,
That's magic. He's magical though.
yeah, Santa's.
Yeah, because
quite-
he's fat, but he gets through the chimneys. So it's
He can
possible.
shrink.
It's possible. Yeah.
So, but again, going back, this is not going to be Mom in Prison 2.0, just a spinoff. And I do have a couple of drunk mom stories I want to throw in, and please throw in yours. But I've got a lot of biological dad stories.
Well, that's good. I think.
They're not good stories,
Oh well.
but we'll get to them.
Some of the best stories are not good stories.
Yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. They make good stories,
Right,
but they
right,
weren't.
right,
Yeah.
right. Now, not at the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, they're entertaining now. Let's see. I really, I think between Chris and Dave, we burnt through all the really good stories. There's plenty more. At this point on my father.
Were you with him?
Oh, I bounced back and forth a lot.
I know what you mean.
My mother got custody of me the summer between 4th and 5th grade.
Mm.
And then the summer between 6th and 7th grade, she dumped me off at my dad's.
Nice.
And when I say dumped me off,
She slowed down and made you tuck and roll.
sort of, something like that. She was fucking around with this real young guy. And for whatever reason, she decided that she was done with me. She had called my biological dad and told him that I was failing out of summer school, or I had failed out of summer school. They kicked me out of summer school because I wasn't doing my work.
In the 5th grade?
This was the summer between the 6th and the 7th grade. So she'd had me for 2 years. And so she called my dad and said that I'd been kicked out of summer school for not doing my work. And so I was going to spend the rest of the summer with her.
Yeah.
So she loads me up in the car, and this really young guy that she was fucking around with drove us over there. And when I say they were drinking the whole way, I don't mean like, oh, they'd been drinking that day, they got in the car, and we headed over there.
Taking shots.
They had a whole bottle of vodka and a whole thing of orange juice in the front seat, sitting there making drinks, driving down the road, passing them back and forth. And we got real close to the house, and my mother made me crawl over the console at the back seat to sit in her lap, so she could tell me, that I needed to be a good girl and that she loved me and she'd see me in a couple of weeks. And she never showed back up. My father ended up having to file abandonment charges so that he could enroll me in school because he didn't have custody of me.
Nice.
So that's how I ended up back with my dad for that stint of period. But she was quite the character. She loved to drink. There was nothing. She would take the most wholesome situation, and she'd find a way to fuck it up.
Yeah, yeah.
We went to Pumpkin Patch up here in Hayden.
Yeah.
Several years back. I don't think I was even old enough to drive. Me, her, and a guy she was dating. And she had drank so much before we even left Centerpoint, headed all the way up to Hayden, that by the time we got there, she was still drunk. And I remember, I was like, 14, somewhere around there. But Pumpkin Patch.
Yeah.
There's all these little kids running
Yeah.
around, and we're, trying to pile up into the hayride to ride out and get her pumpkins. And she's so drunk she can't get up into the back of the tractor, so she just turns around, like, slings her purse into the sky, and she's like, "Hold my purse, bitch!"
Give me a boost.
She's quite a story.
Did you get a pumpkin?
I don't remember. That whole story was tainted with "Hold my purse, bitch."
Right.
Yeah.
She took you to the pumpkin patch, though.
She did, and her boyfriend did. You didn't even give me a good story. You got a good story you can tell me? Come on, Cindy, dig.
Dig deep.
Any more thievery stories?
Theory.
thievery, theft.
Thievery. Yeah, she was good at that. She got so good for a while that, like, all of our grocery shopping trips were just klepto trips. Like, she would just steal everything. Seriously.
What was she stealing at the grocery store?
Food.
Thank
Lunch
you,
meat.
Captain Obvious.
I know, right? They have food at the grocery store?
Yeah. Who thought?
What grocery store was that? To where I had to go to jail for her before. It's the first time, only time I've ever been to jail. I was really young.
What happened?
So I took the rap for her, and we were at the Galleria. How embarrassing is that?
Okay.
And I was sick. I had a cold. I didn't even want to go.
What'd she steal?
I don't even remember. But it was like jewelry, clothes, nothing. Oh, a pair of sunglasses. So they handcuffed me and one of my friends, and she was the same age as me.
How
We
old were
couldn't
y'all?
have been but like 13. So they handcuff us in the middle of the Galleria, take us to jail. We couldn't call the girl's mom because she really would have died. Most parents aren't like ours. They're not out shoplifting with their kids, Only ours do that. No, I had to go to jail. I had to go to court because I had to take the rap for her. She handed me the bag because we knew security was what we already knew we were busted before they actually grabbed us.
So
She handed me the bag.
Who caught y'all? Like, how did y'all know that y'all were busted?
Well, we could see them watching us.
Yeah.
It was too late to really do anything about it at that point. As we started to walk out the door,
Yeah.
you have a feeling, especially when you do that, because even we did it. After school, it was like a regular thing. We would stop by Food World and steal snacks. You got to have after
Because y'all
school
thought that
snacks.
was the norm.
That's what you did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's-
When she had left us that time, we were living with someone else. She went back to California for the 40th time.
What was that in California?
Well, that's where we're from. So she met my stepdad because he was stationed in California in the military. So we moved to Alabama. So every time she would get mad at him, we'd have to move back to California. But not just move back to California, on a Greyhound bus. That's a 3-day trip. 3 days.
That's gotta be expensive too.
With infant twins.
Yeah. Okay. So let's break this down for me.
Days.
How old? What's the age difference between you and your siblings?
Oh, God, I have a lot of them. Well, I have an older sister.
Okay.
She is 2 years older than me.
Okay.
And then there's me. Now, these are just my mom's kids. Then there's me, and then I have a brother who is, I think he's like 3 years younger than me.
Okay.
And then the next one is, he's probably 8 years younger than me.
Okay.
And then the twins, and they are 10
Your
years
mother's
younger.
got 6 kids?
Yes. That's why you steal a Christmas tree, Amber. Because
Oh, man.
because you have 6 kids. Yeah, on a Greyhound bus with all these kids. And she would be in the bathroom of the bus. One time she was with a stranger smoking pot in the bathroom on the bus. Like you do.
While you and the other 5 kids were just sitting there. Chilling.
Radding. Are we there yet? No, it's only been 2 days. Simmer down.
Oh, my God.
3 days. That's a long trip. And we did it a lot. So she would get tired of her family in California and get back together with my stepdad. Back to Alabama. Back to California. Back to Alabama. On the Greyhound. Oh, man.
Well, I'll tell you, and this
Lord,
is
I miss those days.
not something I plan to bring up, but I bounced around a lot. Nothing like that, but my mother, my grandmother, was, pretty gypsy soulish from my understandings back in her heydays. And her kids were always all over the place, with friends, with family, whatever.
Whoever would take them.
Yeah, whoever would take them, basically. And my mother, I don't want to fuck up and say the wrong date. I'll make sure I got it right. Yeah. My mother got married to my father when she was 15.
How many times has she been married?
Just once.
Okay.
Yep, just once. She turned 15 in January, got married that February, and then got pregnant in September and had me when she was 16.
My mom did the same thing.
But can you imagine? So, but that was one of the times that her mother was just gone, fucking off, doing whatever. Yeah, my grandmother was still living out her heyday days.
Did she have a lot of kids? Your grandmother?
She's got 3.
Oh, that's it.
Yeah. So at that time, my mother was living with my great-grandmother, her mom's mom. Mm. And so my mother's grandmother signed for her to get married at 15.
Wow. But back then it wasn't really a huge, especially like families with a lot of kids.
Yeah.
I think they were trying to marry them
Just
off.
sign them off, yeah.
Yeah.
Write them off.
Take her, please. Come on. She's not that bad. Take her. Even my mom was like that. She always preached to us, looks were so important. Like if you don't keep up your looks, you're never going to find a man to support you. You're never going to, and it was always about.
How about use your fucking brain?
Exactly.
Support yourself.
But that's not how she raised us, and that's not how she lived. Mm-hmm. Men always supported her too. And she was always with the back of her hand, hit us, suck it in.
Your gut?
Yeah. I mean, everything was about the looks. We always had to look, even as small children. Your hair was done perfectly. Your clothes were, even though your home life was a hot mess, you looked really nice.
See, when you tell me on the previous podcast that you're here talking about 6 kids running out of the fucking woods.
Yeah.
You think barefooted, disheveled, hair crazy.
No, we looked nice.
Running out of the woods.
We were clean. Yeah. I mean, maybe had a few leaves on us from hiding in the bush, but other than that, we were clean. I mean, even we lived in some really sketchy, nasty, but it was always clean. She was always a clean freak.
Well, at least there's that. Yeah, my mother was always really clean too.
Really?
Yeah.
She was always clean.
Yeah.
We could live in the biggest shithole ever.
Yeah.
But by God, it smelled of bleach and Pine Sol. You walk inside there and it's shiny.
Yep.
Not on the outside.
That goes a long way though.
It does. Yeah.
I'd rather live in a shack that I know is clean than a mansion that
That's
looks
nasty.
and smells like shit.
A lot of rich people are nasty.
Yeah.
They really are. I guess they're above cleaning. Yeah.
Well, there's people that hire themselves out to clean. They need to give them a call.
They need to do something. Well, they do. That's why they have people to do that. The help will do that for them.
My mother used to be the help.
She?
Yeah, she used to clean houses.
Oh.
She was making really good money for a while.
Well, at least
Until she decided that she would just, pop in, grab the check, and go.
Oh. My mom just depended on welfare, so,
Lisa could hustle.
She just got the check and the government cheese and the powdered milk. Have you ever had powdered milk?
No.
Oh, my God, it's so bad. It's so bad.
If I have, I don't.
It's so bad. She always made powdered milk. Why? Because it was free. That's what they gave you. Cheese, peanut butter, eggs, and powdered milk. Government cheese is really good, though. Anyone who's had it, they'll tell you it was really good. It's like Velveeta, but better. And even in a big brown box. Like Velveeta.
Welfare has...
welfare cheese!
Welfare in general has gotten pretty out of hand.
Yeah, and back then it was...
you can get anything on
it. It was paper. You didn't have no card.
Yeah.
Everybody knew you were...
I remember the fucking stamps. Everybody's... Oh, yeah. I used to stand there while my dad would... my biological dad would, trade stamps for Drugs.
Yeah, my mom would give us like $1 and make us go buy like a piece of gum so she could get the change back. Yeah. I
That's
swear.
petty.
Yeah.
That's petty.
Yeah. But it's true. You can't make that shit up.
Yeah.
You have to count them out. Can you imagine how embarrassing that?
Mm-hmm. It's a lot harder to sell your stamps now. I mean, it can be done, but you've got that EBT card now.
Yeah, but they do it.
But yeah, I mean, they used to have
Shit.
like the little coupon books.
Coupons.
Yeah.
And 1s and 5s and 10.
Mm-hmm.
And when you have 6 kids, you're spending a lot on groceries. Counting them out. Everybody's just like,
So all 6 of the kids, not one man.
surprisingly, only 2 men. Yeah. 3 by one and 3 by the other.
So is she cashing in on child support?
No.
No,
No.
just welfare
Yeah.
and other men.
Because
New
you know,
men.
girl, if you're getting child support, that's going to fuck with your welfare.
Oh,
You can't have both.
pick one.
And I think welfare is probably more dependable.
Yeah, you're right
Yeah.
about that.
Because my biological dad was a hot mess. He has like 5 or 6 other kids besides me and my 2 siblings.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah. And all the boys are named David. His name was David. His name was David Richard.
How many Davids can you have?
What apparently 4. And my brother he's junior, so he's David Richard. And he has David Adam. And he has David Brian. And you just stop. Stop.
Yeah, it's too much.
Why you have so many Davids? Yeah. And he
That's
has
vanity
twin
right
girls
there.
too. I know, right? I mean, I don't want to support these kids or even visit them, but I will give you my name. You. That's got to count for something, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Got a brandy, just a little bit.
Ugh. Like you do. So your mom wasn't on welfare.
No,
No.
I don't think so. I mean, hell, there's no telling. But, she never, after my biological dad, I think she got smart.
She did? I'm just kidding.
She didn't
Kinda.
fuck with the poor guys.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah. Welfare is a lot more in California, too, than it is in Alabama. I guess because the cost of living is higher.
That would make sense.
Yeah, so she would still have my aunts mail her food.
Oh, she's getting it from California
Girl.
and Alabama?
Yeah,
Oh, damn. She's
doubling
right.
it up. So I guess
Right.
she was smart. What?
Yeah. Working that system.
Why not? You got 6 kids. You better get all the stamps. And WIC. Whatever else you can get.
I don't know. What else is there?
Well, Medicaid, I guess. Insurance.
Yeah.
Which means we had to go to sketchy health departments, and when she did take us to
Well, I
the
mean, if
doctor.
you're on WIC and all that other shit, you're going. Oh, but you're talking about the healthcare in general.
Yeah. Yeah. You don't get to go to, like, a real hospital.
No.
But it's not a vet. I
I got
guess it's
some-
in between.
I got some amalgam fillings that were Medicaid or Allokid. All kids.
All kids.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
a step above.
It is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Medicaid.
I felt
Right.
real fucking fancy when I got
Uh-huh.
all that. I was
Uh-huh.
somebody.
Uh-huh. Now I got all kids now. Right, I'm legit.
Living
I get
the
to go to, like, a real doctor's office.
Let me tell you this. Oh my God, this is so off subject. I'm sorry. I'm taking hard left turn right now. So,
So much for your notes, Amber. Yeah.
you know what?
Is it on the list?
No, it's not.
Oh, okay. Well,
Don't,
you,
I'm gonna get sidetracked. Don't let me forget to tell you about healthcare. Okay.
all right.
So, I will, because I've already told you how I ended back up with my dad
Yes.
once. Well, let me
Once.
tell you how I ended up with the man that I call my father.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, the man that finished raising me, that gave me a, solid foundation for the rest of my growing up.
Yeah.
So, somehow or another, my mother ended up getting custody of me again, and she decided that she was going to homeschool me.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. And so I'd wake up for, like homeschool, and she'd be still drunk from the night before.
Right.
And she was just, she was unraveling quickly. But she comes in one day, and she gives me this envelope, and it's fat. It's fat envelope. And to be clear, it wasn't a puffy envelope. It was just a regular, standard mail letter envelope. But it was fat. But, I was young. I was 8th grade? 8th grade. So that's put me at, 12? Somewhere around there.
Yeah,
So anyway,
yeah.
so she brings this envelope in one day, and she goes, hey, on such and such day, take this envelope to the office. Because we had an apartment.
At school?
No, we
Or
lived.
you were homeschooling?
Yeah, I was being homeschooled.
Give the envelope to the apartment?
Office. Okay.
Oh.
I didn't realize it at the time, but that was a month's worth of rent.
Oh.
Okay. So she hands me this envelope, goes, hey, give it, take this to the office on such and such day. Okay. Well, she gone, bounced out the door, and whatever day, I was supposed to take it, I took it up there, and we didn't have a phone, or the phone had been disconnected. She tried to have the power put in my bill, but when they realized that I was 11 or 12, they told her she couldn't do that.
Oh my gosh.
She was trying to fuck my credit from the get-go.
Damn.
So, but again, we didn't have a phone. Well, the man that I now call my dad, he couldn't get a hold of us. So he drives by one day. And he's like, well, where's Lisa? I'm like, I don't know. She left like a week or two ago. Gave me this fucking envelope. I didn't say fucking. Well, maybe I did. I don't know.
I might have.
I've had this mouth for a while. But yeah, just left. And so he's like, all right, pack your shit, let's go. And I remember there was no boxes. It was very impromptu. So I just shoved all my shit in garbage bags.
Where did she go?
She moved to fucking Talladega to live in a house that had no floors. They had like dirt subflooring, or what do you call it? Like, I don't know. There was a house. There was no floors. It was dirt. They didn't have central air and heat. And I remember at one point, for whatever reason, because I was stupid, I wanted to go visit her. Mm-hmm. And so I was allowed to do so. Dirt floors, no heat, and her and this guy are sitting around this couch with like beanies on their head and like 3 pairs of socks and jackets, and they're bundled under blankets. Oh. She left me with 1 month's rent, and just packed up and hauled ass. Left me there at that apartment.
Nice.
Yeah.
Good luck.
Yeah.
Wow.
And of course nobody knew that I was missing because I was homeschooled.
You're like Pippi Longstockings.
I'm gonna make you feel really old. I've never seen it.
Damn you. Whatever. Me either.
You lie.
You should see it though, because it's fucking awesome. She's awesome. Yeah.
That's the girl with the red braids, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
She lived by herself with her cool animals. She had a fucking horse in the house.
I was by myself with the dog.
See?
Yeah.
That's why I said you were like Pippi Longstockings.
Yeah.
But
Hey, that's how I learned how to make
You had
mashed
to not be
potatoes.
cultured enough to know who Pippi Longstockings is.
Yeah, no. Well, I never watched TV growing up.
Yeah.
It's not my fault. Tell me what you just told me about those damn crackers. That was not a racist joke.
What'd you call me?
I don't. We're not getting into that. Tell me about the damn crackers.
How is that? Well, when my mom would leave for a long time, we would get saltine crackers and like fry them in butter, and then put mayonnaise on them and Lowry seasoning salt.
Did that not make them soggy as hell?
I don't know, probably, but if you're hungry and you can't drive, or anything. Because we were young. Because I couldn't remember having to, like, climb up on the counter to get to the crackers.
Yeah.
So I don't know how young I was. I don't know. I think if you block so much of your weird, crazy childhood out, I don't even know what age, what happened. It just happened. You can't forget about it, but it just happened.
You ever had a mayonnaise sandwich?
I have.
Yeah.
Sugar sandwich? You ever had a sugar sandwich?
No, I didn't like that. I'm big on salt. I'm a huge salty, vinegary person.
I am now.
My favorite was always mustard sandwich.
When I was a kid, I always thought all I needed was pickles. I could just live on pickles.
You've seen my refrigerator,
Yes,
right?
yeah, I just
Okay.
thought about that when I said pickles. I thought when I become a grown up, I'm just gonna eat pickles. So all
Oh my
I need
God.
is pickles.
I became you.
See, you did. Just pickles.
I have an abundance of pickles.
I love pickles and anything pickled.
Yeah.
Oh my God, we went to Red Robin today. I know this is way off, and it was one of the workers, but she hadn't started her shift yet. So she's sitting at this table. She has this small jar, which for some weird reason I knew exactly what it was. She's pouring these little things on a plate and putting salt on them and eating them. Mm-hmm. I knew from going to sketchy gas stations that it was pickled quail eggs. Have you ever seen those in the jars?
I've seen pickled eggs.
They're pickled quail eggs.
What? How can you tell quail eggs?
I knew because, like I said, you ever been to Brookside?
I'd right there.
Yeah, okay.
Time or two.
Well, there's a gas station over there that has an abundance of them. It's like
Is it better than chicken eggs?
I've never had them. I've never been brave enough to. This girl ate the whole jar, and my sister is sitting next to me. She's like, "What is that? What is that?" And I'm like, "It really looks like pickled quail eggs." So of course the little girl comes over to us and she's like, she wasn't our waitress, and I don't know why she even came to our table, but she was like, "Hey ladies, how are y'all doing? Do y'all need anything?" And I just snapped around and I said, yeah, actually I do. The look on her face, I think she thought I was about to start complaining about something. And I
Yeah.
was like, "What were you eating over there?" I said, "Was that, was that pickled quail eggs?" She's like, "Oh my God, yeah, it was." I was like, "Where'd you get them from?" "The gas station right down the street."
Brookside?
"No, we were in
Oh.
Trustful."
Oh.
Well, because then my sister's like, she has 3 boys, and they're all big hunters. Her youngest is a huge hunter. So she's like, "Oh my God, I wonder where you get those. Because I want to get some for my son so he could." I'm like, "Girl, we're at the gas station." And the little girl was like, "Yeah, just right down here at the Shell." Right? She's just pouring them on a plate. She ate the whole jar.
Ugh.
Little bitty blonde.
I don't know if I can hang with that.
No, especially the whole jar. She literally, I watched it. She ate the whole jar.
I'll polish off a jar of pickles, so I don't know.
I mean, I've had pickled eggs. They're okay.
Yeah.
I don't want to eat a whole jar of them. I don't want to eat more than one of them. And why are they red?
I can't answer that.
You know?
Maybe the dye? So
Well,
that
it's
you know
gotta
they're
be-
not regular boiled eggs? I don't know.
Yeah, because eggs will turn a weird color.
Maybe
So
that's it.
maybe they do that.
But
so,
they do that to sausage too.
Yeah.
The sausage is red.
Well, they sell red weenies too.
Yeah.
Ziegler, I think.
That's my favorite.
Red
They're
weenies.
bologna? Yeah. Yeah.
I wonder if I could eat bologna now.
No, it's sketchy.
I'm real sketchy. I know.
Sketchy.
Stuff is sketchy. It is. The salad I had today, I asked the waitress, I was like, she's like, "Do you want the fried chicken or grilled?" And I always get grilled because, it's better for you. But sometimes you can see more sketchiness in grilled,
Mm-hmm.
Or it has like a chewy, I don't know. But she's like, "Oh no, it's not sketchy at all. It's really good. I
Did
get
you
it all the
ask if it
time."
was sketchy?
Of course I did.
Oh, Lord.
I know, right? She's laughing.
Have you
She's
ever
like,
asked anybody, "Hey, is that sketchy?" And they said, "Yeah."
Maybe. A lot of people are like, look at me like they don't know what sketchy means. Yeah, sketchy. Weird. Not right. Off. Strange.
I don't even know how to reel this back in. I mean, I just keep looking at my notes. I don't know how to pull this shit back.
See what happens when you podcast with me?
I know.
We're everywhere.
all over the place.
I know. A list wouldn't do me no good.
I'm just going to jump in.
Do it. Jump. Crisscross.
We're going to move over to my biological dad now.
Let's do that.
I've got... I got
Is
a
he
few...
still living?
No, both my biological parents are dead.
Oh.
My biological dad died when I was 24. He died in 2012. And then my mother died in January of 2016. So, no, they're both dead. It's
Anyway.
a wonder they didn't die sooner.
I know, right?
It's a wonder I didn't die
I
sooner.
know. I know.
I should have. I mean, I'm still alive, so I shouldn't have. But you know, it's a wonder I'm not dead already.
I know. You know, when my appendix ruptured, my mom was in full-blown party mode. She let me lay there on the couch for a fucking week.
What?
Yeah. By the time she took me to the emergency room, I was near death. I spent 3 months straight in the hospital.
How old were
Oh,
you?
my bad. 13, 14. When it happened, I was going to Thompson at the time. And I was on the school bus. I was going home with a friend because it was a Friday. And we were going to go to the football game. I started getting sick. And I'm throwing up out the bus window.
Oh.
But I had just started. So I thought, okay, well, I'm having cramps. And now I got the stomach bug.
But it wasn't.
No. I mean, not just inflamed, like they completely ruptured. Yeah. And I can remember she took me in on Halloween night because my sister begged and cried. But finally, I had woke up one morning and I couldn't move any part of my body. Yeah, I could not get out of the bed because it had just spread everywhere. I can remember pulling up at the emergency room and my stepdad going, "It's probably appendicitis." Oh, thanks, bitch. That would have been helpful. Like
A week
4
ago.
days. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. How crazy is that? She's sorry, though. She,
Does she admit to remembering that?
yeah, but she didn't know. That was all the same time period as the Christmas tree and getting arrested
how
on
that
Christmas
happened?
Eve. And
What did she get
was in
arrested on Christmas Eve for?
public intoxication. She had fell over in the ditch. She
With a 4-pack.
Yeah, because she had already drank the rest. Like, what were you? And she was like, she was hanging out with a girl, and I think they had got in an argument, and she got out of the car. And that's so funny that she mentioned that just today. Because she was like, I was so mad because I had got a ham. And the bitch had my ham, was still at her house in the freezer. She said, I remember as soon as I got out of jail, I made a beeline for her because I was getting that ham. She wasn't keeping my ham. I was like, that was your...
So she remembers that.
Yeah, you remember that part.
Yeah.
Because she was like, because that was for my kids' Christmas.
Just still
Oh,
another one.
thanks. I mean, you weren't there for... But by God, I got the ham. Yeah. That's so weird she brought that up today. She did.
That is pretty ironic.
Mm-hmm.
I remember my dad, my biological dad, I started to say he got worse, you know, as the years went by, but I think it was more...
You became more aware?
Exactly.
Older?
I became more aware.
Yeah.
And so my youngest sister, I am 13 years older than her. And she had a birthday, and that birthday had come and gone. You know, my biological dad had been missing a couple of days. Nobody could find him. So we just had the birthday party without him.
Yeah.
You know, I was probably 18, 19. I don't think we'll say between 16, we'll say 17. So Lexi was probably 4 or 5, somewhere around there. And just like nothing ever happened, like he never missed a fucking beat. He just comes strolling in the door. And this was, you know, like after my sister's birthday. he comes strolling in the door, fucked up, and he gives my sister my little baby sister sitting there, and she's like eating her little cereal, at the table, and he hands her one of those. I don't know what they're really called, but it was metallic, shiny, the little windmill things. They look like little flower pinwheel.
A pinwheel.
Yes, and you blow. Yeah, and this image is just eternally burnt into my brain. I just remember her sitting there with her crazy morning hair over her bowl of cereal 2 days after her birthday, and she just
blowing.
Softly blows the pinwheel, and it rolls around. He's like, "Happy birthday, darling! I love you." And I'm like,
Really,
"You
dude?
completely fucking missed it." Just number one dad.
But I brought her a pinwheel.
Brought her a pinwheel.
Eventually.
I'm trying. Doing the best I can.
Yeah, they're always doing the best they can.
Well, that's all that was left over. Yeah. He spent the rest on crack.
Well, and he probably took that out of someone's yard.
Probably. I've never seen anybody comb through carpet fibers like that man.
Ooh, looking for the specks.
Oh, yeah. Like, what? I mean, fiber by fiber, hands and knees, nose 2 inches away from the carpet. What are you looking for, Dad? Oh, I lost a $10 bill. Okay.
Do you see it?
Yeah. You missed it? I think it's in that fiber over there.
Right. Wrong fiber. A $10 bill. Oh, that's all.
He had to, I mean, I know that he, at one point, and I'll say this, toward the end of his life, he'd gotten out of prison the second or third time, I don't know, I can't keep up.
Right.
But he was doing really good. I was actually really proud of him. He'd gotten temporary custody of my 2 sisters and my nephew. He was doing really well. He was killed in a car accident. He had taken my 2 sisters to school and was coming back home with my nephew in the car.
Oh, gosh.
And he was killed that morning. So he was doing really good, and I would like to think that he would have continued on that path. But he left a trail of devastation along the way.
Oh, of course.
And I don't know when he started smoking crack. But I know the first time I ever saw a crack pipe, I was a teenager, and my baby sister identified it for me.
Oh, wow. Nice.
Yep.
And how old was she?
3 or 4.
Oh, gosh.
That's a quack pipe.
Oh, nice.
It was awkward. I was standing there with my stepmom, and I don't remember who found it, but I went, "What the fuck is this?" My
Daddy's quack pipe?
It's a quack pipe.
Nice. So crack was his drug of choice?
Later in the end, yeah. But I mean, he did everything. But the hardest years were crack. Yeah.
And my mom was doing what they called back then speed, which I think was similar to meth, I guess. I know it was a white powder. Because she would give it to us, and we would, like, put it in Kool-Aid and drink it. I know. You can't make this shit up. I know. We were at the football game walking around the track, like you did when you were in high, but just pinging. Just.
Why? Why
I don't know.
would she give you that?
I don't know. I'm not real sure. But that's your mom, so I smoked my first joint with my mom. Yeah, and I was pretty young then. And, we moved to Alabama. My aunts were sending it to her in the mail. And my stepdad got busted at the big post office downtown in Birmingham for receiving drugs in the mail.
Why would they send it to her from California? I assume your aunts.
Yeah.
Why would they send it to her from California?
Well, I don't know if maybe Mother didn't have a connection here, or I don't know. Same reason they were sending her food stamps and welfare check. Because that's what you do. Because that's what you do until you get busted. Apparently.
I'll say, out of all the shit that my mother, my father, my stepmom, all the shit that they did, my first stepmom, the only thing that I was ever offered was a beer.
Oh, yeah?
So,
She gave us everything. Alcohol, pot, speed, whatever. She didn't care. Cigarettes.
I mean, my first thought is, why? Drugs are expensive. Why are you going to waste them on a kid?
I know.
But then, why are you going to give?
Maybe she was trying to bond with her kids. Amber. Let's bond.
I mean, do you think maybe it was like a...
Let's bond over this
Here,
joint.
you take this and...
Maybe
go
it made
the fuck
her
away,
feel better.
You go party.
Well, yeah, because when she gave us the speed, we didn't
You didn't harass her.
hang out with her. We usually left the house.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Drinking the Kool-Aid.
Maybe it made her feel better about being fucked up herself. I don't know. But she did it. I mean, as a kid, you don't think about that. But
Right, yeah.
being older, why would you share your drugs?
Right.
Especially with a kid. It's like on Halloween when people are worried about their kids getting drugs.
Right.
I remember hearing
Nobody's
that on the
giving
radio.
away-
I'm thinking, shit. No drug addict giving their drugs away to...
Yeah.
I would never worry about that. I might worry about razor blades and candy or just nasty candy, but
Yeah.
not drugs. Addicts are not sitting around handing their drugs out.
That's my thought exactly on that.
Yeah. Yeah, we were talking about
But
that
apparently
on the
your
way to
mom
work one morning.
was.
And I don't know why. I mean, as a kid, you don't think about that. You just think, well, Mom said take this. It's like taking an aspirin. Mom said take... Here, take this. It'll make you feel better.
I feel fine. It'll make you feel better.
Right.
Mo better.
Yeah. Or it'll give you a heart attack. One or the other. Who knows? But yeah, as an adult, why would you share that? Drugs aren't easy to get. I wouldn't think.
Well, hell no. She was getting them shipped in from across on the other side of the country.
Right? She had this case of, it was called like Soul Train or something. It was alcohol. I want to say it was some kind of wine. She used to give us that all the time. Now my stepdad, it was a lot straighter than her. So he got mad one night and poured it all down the sink. Because she would go out partying and you knew. Like you could never really relax at night because you knew once you heard the front door open, there was going to be a huge fight. And were you going to have to go in there and try to break it up or call the cops?
Right.
Because I'm talking
And
like
you shouldn't have to make
like
that
a
kind of
knockdown,
decision as a
drag
kid.
out fight. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like she threw a gallon of milk at him and it bust on the wall. And she made me clean it up. Well,
Sounds familiar.
I didn't do nothing. I was trying to sleep.
Yep, I've had
I
those.
didn't want to.
My stepmom, so my dad, my biological dad, used to take the vehicle to go out on drug runs and
For like days at a time, or did he actually like go and come back?
Sometimes it was days at a time, and sometimes like she would leave and he would try to make a quick run. And he would pretend like, oh no, I'm not fucked up. I hadn't been anywhere. So my stepmom started writing the fucking mileage down,
Oh, damn.
on the vehicle. So she knew if that car went around the block.
Yeah.
She knew about it.
So she didn't do drugs or anything?
Oh yeah,
Or
she did.
Oh.
She just didn't want him doing drugs.
Right. She wanted him
But
holding
I-
out.
I know that they did a lot of shit together, just based off of what she, has told me. She told me one time about them being out in the garage and they were out there for days at a time and tripping and hallucinating. I went, well, where was I? She goes, oh, I don't
I
know.
don't know. I don't know. Where were you?
But she never drank, but she was a huge pothead. but she did have problems with his, you know, he loved pills and cocaine and crack, and I mean, I don't think there was anything that he wasn't into.
Yeah.
And so I've always slept with a fan on. And I'm going to say that I was 8 or 9, because at this point in this story, Wendy's, my stepmom, her mother was living with us. And I wake up. I mean, Wendy's just, almost whiplash, just violently shaking me out of the bed. Because I was a really hard sleeper. You know?
Apparently.
And she's just in my face, and she's yelling at me, and where have y'all been? I know y'all have been somewhere. I'm like, you know, and of course you just woke me out of a deep sleep. I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about. Like, I've been asleep. I haven't been anywhere. I've been in my bed. Obviously, my father left me there by myself.
Mm.
And she's like, I know you're not, you haven't been asleep because your fan's not on. And I'm like drenched in sweat. I don't know why my fan wasn't on. I guess I fell asleep without it.
It happens.
And I mean, she's wearing my ass out. And her mom finally was like, Wendy, I believe her. I think she's really telling the truth. But she was so dead set on, I was his accomplice that night, that I was trying to cover his ass. But it wasn't like that at all.
Because you didn't have your fan on.
Yeah, because I'd fallen asleep without my fan on.
Nice.
But I mean, and they fought. I mean, it was like a Jerry Springer episode every day.
Isn't that the worst feeling? That
as a kid,
in
yeah.
your gut. That's I remember it making me so nervous and so.
So in this house, and this was the house where he had the
hole in the floor?
Used to be the old wood burning fireplace. No, it was in the wall.
Okay.
It was in the wall. The same house, old brown house. And again, their room was on one end of the house. My end was on the complete opposite. Are you seeing a trend here?
Uh-huh. Yeah.
And I know they're fighting, and I hear my dad calling me. And so I reluctantly walk down the hallway, and in my mind, it's like a shining hallway, just this long hallway.
Yeah.
And so I come out because he's calling me, and he is sitting on top of her. She's on the bed, and he's like sitting on top of her torso, and he's like holding her arms down, and she's just demonic and screaming and flailing. He's like, get in the car, run, go.
Oh gosh.
And I don't know why, but I pick up the phone. I'm trying to call 911. The phone's been ripped out of the wall.
Oh.
And I'm like, okay. So I throw that down, and I take off running. Well, I jump, run to the van, and I jump in through the driver's side, and I crawl in the back seat. I'm waiting on Dad. Well, somehow Wendy gets loose. And she runs out, and she's jerking on the sliding door. Like, because, I mean, it was one of those big Astro vans.
Mm-hmm.
And they only had one sliding door, and it was on the passenger side.
Yeah.
Well, that door was locked. And so now she's yelling at me and beating on the door, and I'm thinking she's going to rip the door off the hinges. She's like, you unlock this fucking door, you little bitch. And I'm like, I didn't use that door. And I'm frozen in terror. So she comes around and fucking just snatches the gear shift out of the column. Because it was, you know, like the gear shift was up here with the steering column.
Yeah.
Just snapped it off. And it was like, I'd like to see his fucking ass go somewhere now.
Oh, damn.
Like, oh my God. Do you know what he did? He shoved a screwdriver in it.
Of course he did.
Worked like a charm.
Of course he did.
Redneck engineer.
Uh-huh.
101.
Got out of there anyway.
I don't know how that ended. I don't know if we got it that day. But, I mean, it was a constant fight.
Yeah.
With them.
The constant unknown.
And to be honest, I don't know why she stuck around. I mean, the drugs, the cheating, the fighting, it was constant.
Sounds amazing. Why wouldn't you stick around?
Do you know, this goes back to, he had to have been on crack. Nobody is this fucking stupid. But he cheated on her so much that it was normal.
Yeah.
For me.
Yeah.
And he brought home this other woman with her daughter while my stepmother was in their bedroom asleep.
Shut your mouth.
If I'm lying, I'm dying.
Honey, we're home.
He fucking padlocked her into the bedroom. So, like, because they had a padlock for the room because they thought that I was always going in there and snooping and shit, which I probably was. I did during Christmas. I know that much.
Yeah.
But they had, I mean, it was like just the little latch, swing it over, you put the padlock in. So he locks her into the bedroom.
Oh my gosh.
And him and this other woman go on the other side of the wall into the living room and they take a nap. And me and this other woman's daughter are sleeping on the other couch.
What the hell?
Well, Wendy wakes up and realizes that she's been locked into the bedroom.
Oh my God.
But what Glenn failed to remember was that their bedroom closet connected to the bedroom closet in the next room. So she could just, tunnel through. I woke up to Wendy beating the shit out of this other woman with a spatula. But that was the norm.
Yeah.
That was the norm for me. I mean, he had an extended affair with a girl, Pam, and I used to go on his weekend rendezvous with him and Pam. And this was before my sisters came along. But he would take me with him, and we'd always go camping over the weekend because, camping's a lot cheaper than going to a hotel
room. Yeah.
But I remember one incident in particular with her. We pulled up to her apartment complex, and we're sitting there, and she, comes and she gets in the car, and I'm in the back seat. She comes and gets in the car, and this man is just frantic, and he comes running down the stairs. And Pam tells my father, go.
It's the husband.
Yep. Well, I mean, he was right there on us, and he managed to fucking, throw his torso into the car window, because the windows were down, right?
Oh, goodness.
This bitch grabs this poor man who is pleading, please don't leave me and the kids. Please don't leave me and the kids. She grabs him by the fucking hair and tells my dad, go faster. I'm in the back seat watching all of this.
Nice.
So, watching my stepmother beat some girl with a spatula, that was
the norm.
That was the norm.
Yeah.
But I mean, that was my father pulled me into that lifestyle.
And somehow we are functionable adults.
Isn't it?
People who use that excuse that
you're
to be
to...
drug addicts and, I had a bad childhood. Oh, did you? Well, who didn't? I mean,
right.
A lot of us did.
Oh, I used to go on drug runs with my dad all the time.
Yeah, me too.
He would tell me, he'd go, pretend like you're asleep. Act like you're asleep.
My mom would take us all the time.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
But we're not worthless, thieving drug addicts. That is amazing.
No, we're functioning members of society.
We are. We're a little crazy.
Look at us go.
But that's okay.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
I'm a little hateful. And
Well, I
I'm
am too.
pretty strict.
Yeah.
Chris is a mean.
And I'm a little cold a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there are things that come from that childhood, but that don't mean you get like murderers and drug addicts. Well, I had a bad child. My daddy didn't love me. Oh, yeah. Oh, you
Really?
poor thing.
Yeah.
How did you survive that?
Yep.
Oh, I hate when people use that as a crutch. Oh, it drives me nuts. A lot of us had bad childhoods.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
You don't get to use that.
What do you got another story for us?
I don't know. I got the birthday story. It's not a long story.
Okay.
And I thought you knew the birthday story.
Tell me the birthday story.
I thought you knew that I didn't know my actual birthday until I was
Oh,
16.
no, I don't think I did.
No.
You mentioned that during the break.
Yeah. when I went to get my driver's license, you have to take your birth certificate. And I thought my birthday was July 26th. So she gives me my birth
That's
certificate.
my sister's birthday too, ironically.
Is it?
Yeah.
Well, that's my first
Your
fake
fake
birthday. Yeah.
Your fake birthday.
Yeah, that's the one. So she gives it to me. Well, of course, she had lost my birth certificate to begin with. So we had to wait for my aunt in California to get it and mail it. Anyway, so she gives me my birth certificate, and I'm looking at it, oh gosh, look what time I was born and all that jazz. And, oh, my birthday is July 24th?
Oh.
Nice. You know what my mom said?
What?
Oh my God, Cindy, I was only off by a couple of days. Don't be so dramatic.
But you lived 16 years of your life not knowing your birthday.
Yes. And I can just remember my friends being so shocked. Because, of course, they
bewildered.
had normal childhoods.
Yeah.
I mean, I was a little like, oh my God, that's... But my friends were just mortified. They just couldn't imagine. Don't be so dramatic, Cindy. It's not like I was off by years. Oh,
Hey, you only gave birth to me. I thought that might ring a bell.
my bad. I had 6 kids, Cindy. Yeah, but I was number 2. You didn't have time to mix them up. 16 years.
Well, I've got one more story I'm going to tell. I mean, I've got endless stories. We all do.
We do, don't we? Especially me and you.
Yeah, hell yeah.
We got
got-
stories.
One more story,
All right.
okay? So, when I was about 18 or 19, which would have made my sisters 10, 11, 6, somewhere in that group, I drove down, I picked my stepmother, their mom, picked her up, and the 2 girls. One of the girls, and I don't remember which one, but one of the girls had a doctor's appointment, and that was the cause for me going to pick them up. So I'm driving, girls in the back seat, my stepmom sitting next to me, and we're just, nice, peaceful ride in. And there's this rinky-dink little gas station in the middle of nowhere. My stepmother goes, that's a memorable gas station. And I went, what does that mean? She goes, that's the gas station me and your daddy robbed. I went, what?
The hell?
Y'all robbed a fucking gas station? And she, was immediately like, shh, 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 shh. Oh, because my sisters are in the back and they might fucking hear that you robbed a gas station. What? Tell me the story.
Oh my God.
Because you don't remember that, Amber? You don't remember that.
Well, how the hell were you supposed to remember?
Why? Exactly. Why the hell would I remember the time that you and my father robbed a gas station?
Were you with them?
She goes, you don't remember that time, that year that you had that really good Christmas with the bed and stuff?
No. Stop.
I swear to my own life.
Can't make this shit up.
Can't make this shit up. She goes, you don't remember? We lost those quarters and we couldn't find them, and then a couple weeks later you found the quarters, and you were so sweet though. You were going to buy us a house with those 3 or 4 rolls of quarters.
What?
And buy yourself some candy.
Oh. Like you do.
I was like, wow. There goes my fucking childhood best
I
memory.
had one good story. I had one.
Thanks.
You just ruined it. Had one good memory.
And now I know it's tainted, just like everything else in my life.
But consistent.
You damn right.
They kept it consistent.
There's a theme.
Uh-huh.
I swear to it.
Yeah.
So, well, thank you for sitting with me.
I loved
It's been
it.
nice.
Yeah, we got stories for days.
Absolutely.
We never have a problem telling stories.
Hell no. That's why people love us or hate us.
I love that bitch.